What's up? This is Ryan Leslie, and you're reading ConcreteLoop.com.
Got them guessing about what's really.
You're always touring and traveling for the most part. What do you do in your downtime?
Well, I mean, you know,
If there is downtime.
I'm doing in my regular time what everybody else wants to do in their downtime. You know, I know people who have 9 to 5s all the time, and they save up so that they could go and take the trips that I take on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Luanda, Angola. I'm visiting the children's home there, or I'm in the Ivory Coast, and you know we're delivering medical supplies to a hospital to hospitals plural in the Ivory Coast. I'm making contributions to an orphanage in Sierra Leone, which I eventually want to go and visit. I've been able to visit Tunisia and actually be there right in the midst of all of the political and social unrest that's happening there. And at the same time, we still go to Dubai and we pull out the gold wing and we riding down the street with the wings up. You know what I'm saying? Just because we can. And so I just look at the position that I'm in my life and career. I look at the way that I'm able to live. I look at the decisions I'm able to make. I look at the opportunities I'm able to create. I look at the potential for this industry, the potential for art, the potential that music and technology combining. I look at the potential that creates for independent artists all over the world. And I say, man, I'm living hard as an example of what you can do. Because I came from being homeless. I left Harvard University. I didn't have a job. I was running around making flyers, trying to sell my beats, to whatever hustler was trying to get out the hustle game and get in the rap game. I was doing whatever I could. I was living illegally in the student dorms. I was, stealing crackers from Store 24 so I could eat. So I know what it is to come all the way from the bottom, really come from the bottom. And this was by choice. And not exactly by choice, because when you look at it, my parents, right, they are still administrators in the Salvation Army. They raised a family of 4 on a very, very nominal stipend. My sister and I, we both went on to graduate from great schools. Myself from Harvard, my sister from Berkeley College, from UC Berkeley, excuse me. And she's an educator now. She just had my little nephew. And so, man. Is there downtime? I mean, I feel like there's so much more to offer. I feel like there's so much more to contribute. And me resting on my laurels is time that I could be laying the foundation for another artist to come along, another musician, another entrepreneur, another innovator, another visionary, and help to give them some insight and open the windows and doors of opportunity for them. So, I even on the way over here, where I could have just taken 30 minutes and looked out the window of a yellow cab and looked at my life and said, man, it's so incredible to be living in New York City. I'm actually engaged with my laptop open, and anybody that's emailing me to the extent that I can, I'm giving responses. So yeah, there really is no downtime, but at the same time, I realize that the life that I lead, the trips that I'm taking, the experiences that I'm having, that's what so many people save up their money to do. That's what so many young artists right now, they're saving up and investing in Fruity Loops or Pro Tools or Logic or Reason so that they can actually make that investment to one day be living the life that I'm living. So, I'm not interested in downtime. That's why I sleep 3 hours a night. And I'm interested in just, leaving the most incredible legacy I possibly can leave while I'm actually here and I have life and I have strength.
Are there any new artists on the radar that you're most looking forward to their projects?
Man, I'm looking forward to a lot of artists' projects. And just a few that I've had conversations with in the last week include Nipsey Hussle, include Ro James, include a young singer by the name of Courtney Bennett from the UK, who I just flew to Berlin to work with me on a Black Mozart album. Include Wonder Girl, an incredible 16-year-old producer that I also flew to Berlin. Include Jenny Suk. Include my man Charlie Puth from Berklee College of Music, who's been able to build a YouTube subscriber base of over 300,000. These are the stories that inspire me when I look at young talent. And so if you want to be part of that list, once again, you know how to reach me.
And to close this all off, in all of our interviews, we always ask, what is one of your favorite inspirational quotes or a mantra that you live by?
I mean, I'm coming up with this just off the fly, but I would say just be a finisher.
Yeah.
Okay? And that just means if you have an idea, a lot of I just wrote a record that said, the road to hell is paved with broken dreams, right? Because, as children, as young people, we have dreams. We have dreams of whatever we want to be at, be it an astronaut or a veterinarian or a fireman or a musician, rapper, singer, dancer, or, whatever you want to be. At some point in our lives, someone will come in and tell you, man, that's not realistic. That's not a realistic dream. You're not going to make a living doing that. You're not going to, it's going to be too challenging. There's too many personal and financial risks involved in trying to pursue that in your life. And so for me, what I found is that people who are finishers, people who take an idea and push it all the way towards completion, despite the adversity, despite the challenges, despite the obstacles, those are the people who actually push through and actually contribute something of value to the world. And when you contribute something of value to the world, you don't have to worry about money, because the value is returned to you in so many different ways. And that's the way I live my life. And if there was a mantra, if I had to come up with a mantra right now, I would just say be a finisher.
Well, that finishes it all off. We'd like to thank Ryan Leslie for taking the time out to sit with us here at Concrete Loop, and stay tuned for more.
And we take 'em